Hello, beautiful souls. So I often wonder, why do we all look so different? I remember when I was younger, I had freckles and I was like, why do I have freckles and not everybody else does? We're all the same species, the human species, but we look so different. And I remember a while ago, somebody saying, the narrative has been for years that we all look different because of the sun. The sun has made us look different depending on where we come from. So if you kind of Google, whenever everyone Googles these days, you get something different. But when I just Googled before, it came up with environmental factors. So the environmental influences like the sun, and the climate makes you look different, and then genetics. But why, if we're all humans, we've all got DNA, we've all got genetics, why are they so different at the same time? So I've also heard so many people talk about star beings. There's talk of Anunnaki, and there's talk of geneticists from other star systems that have created humans, that have added to the DNA or taken away from the DNA. So are we seeded from other star races? Have we been genetically modified like fruit? What is going on with us? Because you've got to remember, at a soul level, we are all source consciousness. So pretty much this human body is like a costume for souls, a suit for souls. Some call it a space suit, some call it a meat suit. There are so many different names. Avatar. So it's kind of like when you're choosing to play your game. Say you're playing a PlayStation game, you're choosing what avatar you would like. So today I want to look like this. Tomorrow I might mix it up and be something different. So super interesting. So what I thought I would do, because I have my own thoughts and feelings about this, but I thought I would tune into the Pleiadian High Council. They were actually telling me this morning, they call themselves the High Council, not to say that they are higher and better than us. It's kind of like an inside joke of they're higher because they're in a spacecraft. So it's actually their joke of being the High Council. To us, they would look high because they might be high in space, but to them, everything is just a different frequency. So if you're tuning into a radio station, it's not really like one radio station is higher than the other, even though the knob might say on the ZM or AM, it might say higher or lower, but really everything is here and now. It's right here, right now. So it's not higher, lower, better, worse. It's just everything is a different frequency. So I thought I would tune into Kaya, from the Pleiadian High Council, affiliated with the Galactic Federation of Light. So the Galactic Federation with the highest of love and good intentions. You can tell if it's not a higher vibration of galactics or light beings. You can tell because you can feel a bit of ego. So if there feels like there's a bit of judgment and it doesn't come from a place of unconditional love, then that might be like a slightly a soul that's playing on what we would call a lower frequency, like a lower energy. So yeah, you can always tell when you tune into your heart. If there's non-judgment, just complete love, then you know that you're coming from a more expanded awareness or more expanded consciousness. So what Kaya has actually been doing is she's been doing attunements on me. I've had attunements, different attunements for a long time. So sometimes it's just getting the vagus nerve that goes down our system. A vagus nerve can help with anxiety and depression and things like that. So when you stimulate the vagus nerve, you can bring yourself back into alignment. So she's been doing some, it's kind of like attunement, voice attunements and things. So it's kind of like, oh, like I'm not a singer. It sounds so bad. Sometimes it sounds good. Like when I'm in the shower, I'm like, ooh, maybe I could be a singer. But it's like, yeah, it's kind of like humming and that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm obviously not a singer, but yes, maybe next lifetime I will put that in my avatar body, put that in my soul blueprint to become a singer. So yeah, so we'll attune to Kaya, and we will ask why do we look different as humans? And I have to remind you guys that being different is good, okay? Because we are all source energy, we are all consciousness, but we all have our own soul codes, soul fingerprint, QR code, which makes us really special and unique. So yeah, I'm not saying we want to be the same. I'm just interested on why we do look different. No judgment on how anybody looks. Yes, okay, so I'm going to tune in to Kaya. Everybody take a deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Dear ones, it is so lovely to be with you here today in this Earth game reality. My name is Kaya. I am from the Galactic Federation of Light with the High Pleiadian Council. Now, you are asking why you all look different. Yes, this is so beautiful. Aren't you amazing with your arms, your legs, your fingers, your noses, your lips, your toes? Your heart is so beautiful. Beings from other realms love your heart. And you know that one heart is actually special because there are a lot of beings around the universe that have 2, 3, 4, 5, even more hearts, which you would say, wow, that is a lot of energy and blood pumping around the body. But yes, you don't need as much blood. Well, we would say it's not even for pumping blood. That is probably a little bit of an old, outdated reason for the heart. The heart is a heart. It is a portal. It is a portal to your divine self. And it is pumping blood, but it is also pumping a lot of energy around your system. So you don't need quite as much pumping because you have been going slower, you might say. Your frequency is slower. Your vibration is slower compared to higher realms. So you don't need as much of the heart pumping, the energy. But what is happening now is the heart and your whole entire body is shifting into higher frequencies. So you will be utilizing your heart more. So you might even find that your heart expands more than it used to. At this stage, you will just be keeping your one heart. You won't be growing another heart yet, although you may find that if you look in certain journals or other areas on your internet, you may find of people being born with 2 hearts. Yes, this is super exciting. This is where the starseeds come in. Some starseeds have incarnated and they have brought their extra heart with them. A very exciting thing. There have been ones that haven't been discovered yet. There have been ones that were a long time ago and you didn't have the technology to see the double heart. But at this stage, you are keeping your one heart and you are also expanding into a more crystalline DNA. So your heart is becoming more, you would say, more of the light spectrum. So your bodies can only see a certain amount of light spectrums. Like the dogs and the cats can see and hear far more than you can. So now your whole body is going to be expanding to see more. So you may actually find that your bodies might shift color. Okay, so when you come into different light spectrums, depending on the dimension, it can also depend on what is in the ground at the time. So you may say if you were living on Mars at the moment, you may look more orangey or red as your DNA and your cells mix with the color of the earth. So if you're living in an area with more darker clay, then you might find you might have more darker pigmentation, and lighter clay you might have lighter pigmentation. But it also depends on the light frequencies. So the light frequencies that you are transmitting can depend on your color, as well as, of course, the ancestral line of where you have been born. But what you wanted to know was, how did it all begin? It is very hard for us to describe how it all began because time is not linear. So what can happen now can affect and completely change what happened in your past. It is getting very confusing as you move into your quantum realm, your quantum fields, your multi-dimensional aspects. So yes, you could say you are seeded from many different star races across the universe. You are, remember, you are source energy, source frequency. So at your natural state of being, you are a higher form of consciousness. You might not necessarily even have a body. You don't have your avatar. You don't have your organic suit on. You have a light body, a body of light that is every single color of the universe, the multiverse, and beyond. You haven't even seen a fraction of all of the colors in the universe, but you are starting to see more and more. So as you come in, you bring your color spectrum in with you. You might see people doing color charts of what color suits them, what to wear, what spring colors, fall colors, winter colors, what to wear. You do this as you come into your human body. You say, what colors would I like to wear? What costume would I like to wear? So then you incarnate into the areas where their ancestral line has those color codes. But you have also been genetically engineered by star races that have their own color codes. So they bring in their codes, and some of them are blue, some of them are beautiful greens, but they have mixed in to maybe form a more grayish or white color. Even some of the multicolors create a darker color, a beautiful brown caramels. We look at you as gorgeous, unique humans, and we love everything about you. And you've got to remember, in the higher realms, there is no judgment of how you look and your differences. We see you all as your light body, as your soul, as that unique, beautiful, divine spark of the source energy, of the oneness of the universe. So we don't actually see your body. And yes, don't worry, we don't look at you in the shower. We see your soul frequency, and it glows so bright. But yes, you could say there have been star beings over the years that have added to your garden of beauty. They have added different aspects of their own genetics, as well as different aspects of their DNA and from their planet as well. So it's not necessarily the coming from the bodies or their light bodies. That has also come from the plants. You have plant DNA within you as well. You would also say you have the mammals within you. Some of you, you might think this is funny to have jellyfish. You have, some of you had jellyfish DNA with you, which is this beautiful, glowing, translucent light energy. You will find the jellyfish beings are a very high frequency of consciousness, and they know how to flow with the frequencies. So yes, some of you do have jellyfish DNA, which you might find is quite funny, but we find it's quite beautiful. Because yes, there are so many different beings throughout the cosmos. And if you look at all of your animals, your mammals, your plants, your fauna, your, the roots, everything that goes under mycelium, under the earth, the inner core, you have the divine beings of light and the inner earth. You have beings all around you that have helped. So it's not just the DNA and the genetics, it's actually the frequencies as well. You all have a different frequency within you, which can actually change your color. And even where you're living. So say, for an example, you will find there will be like salmon, for example, salmon, depending on what they eat, they can change color. You'll find you're a little bit like, like a chameleon, can change color a little bit. You'll find as your frequencies and vibrations speed up, you might change color more often. Sometimes you might look at your skin and think, oh, it looks a little bit bluish today. That is very strange. And then it will go back to its usual color. But you may be tuning into your star families, or maybe your source frequencies, or your divine frequencies, your angelic frequencies, your inner earth frequencies. You might be tuning into the elemental frequencies. It just depends on how you're feeling and what you're attuned to. It depends on your interest, your vibration, and if you're resonating with particular frequencies. So yes, we find this very exciting, that you are all beautifully different, and yet at that quantum subatomic level, you are all the same. You are all oneness. You are all the grand, beautiful source consciousness, the highest point of energy, and you are just playing a game in different frequencies, trying this suit on. What will I look like in this outfit today? What will I look like in this outfit today? It's kind of like going shopping. You go to the mall and you choose, or you look online, you choose, oh, what coat would I like today? Would I like this pink coat today? Would I like this color coat today? Do I want a blue coat, a gray coat, a bright coat, a darker coat? What do I want today? So you have chosen this physical body. Yes, it is super exciting, and we love this. So yes, you have for many years had different star beings come and support you, come and add a little bit of extra. They do this, yes, through genetics, but they also do this through frequency modification. So it's a type of energy frequency that they do have technology, and they also do use their mind power. So they will use their mind. And this, remember, this is not invasive. This is part of your soul contract, your soul plan. Yes, you did agree to this. This was in your blueprint. You all have free will as souls. You have free will, complete free will. So you agreed to this before you came. So if you didn't agree, then it wouldn't be happening. You were super excited to come in and modify and change and upgrade. The experiment is so exciting. What can we be? What can we not be? How can we limit ourselves? How can we be different? How exciting to be different. How exciting to be unique. How exciting to be an individual, but at the same time underlying the oneness. The oneness is still there, but did we forget the oneness from our color of our avatar suit, our organic suit? Are we different? Do we look different? Are we going to still be the same? Are we source energy if we change what color we are? This is interesting. Maybe this is something that you want to ponder. Am I different? Yes, I am special. I am unique. I am a beautiful piece of the puzzle, but when all the puzzle pieces fit, I am the oneness of source energy. I am the oneness of the universe. I am it all. So you are a holographic piece of the oneness, and you have different frequency light codes within you that are expanding your consciousness again. You were already expanded consciousness, and you played the game of limitation. How can I be unique? How can I be different? How can I be this? How can I be that? I'm going to change my color. I'm going to change how I feel. I'm going to see what it's like to tune into this frequency. I'm going to tune into this frequency. What an exciting game. Yes, dear ones, you have done such an amazing job, and we thank you all for showing what we can be, how we can be different and still beautiful, how we can be different and still powerful, how we can be different and come together and appreciate our uniqueness, how we can teach each other, how we can grow, how we can learn, how we can nourish each other. Thank you, dear ones, for being you. Love yourselves because you are perfection. Love yourselves because you are incredible. Love yourselves because the universe loves you. Love yourselves because you are source energy, and source energy is pure, unconditional love. You cannot be anything else but love. It is only an illusion that you are not love or you are not loved, that you are not perfection already. Play the game, have fun with it. We love you so much. Keep going, keep going. You are doing an amazing job. The shift has begun. The rebirth of Earth is underway. Your frequencies are rising. You are expanding your consciousness. The new light codes of the divine blueprint are activating as we speak. You are supported. You are loved. Keep going. We love you. We love you. We love you. Bye for now. Oh, cool. What do you reckon? Oh, that's fun. That's so much fun. Oh, except for my coffee's going to be cold now. That's okay. Coffee and crystals. Okay, well, I'm sending you guys good vibes. I have my amethyst agate. So just try to ground yourselves. So let's just do a quick grounding. Visualize grounding tree roots into Mother Earth's core, because we went into high frequencies there. And yeah, we need to ground ourselves back to Earth. So we want to ground to the new Earth frequencies, turbo boost with source energy, visualize a waterfall of source going through every cell, balance and align your chakra systems, and create the abundance, the wellness, the happiness and love that you deserve. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.